And he goes, Xbox, come out and play!
Hi everyone, this is NCOV19, Kirby. Welcome to the Real Gamerscore podcast. This week I am joined by N95, Matt. And P2 Cameron. Here at Real Gamerscore, we like to discuss all things Xbox, achievements, and everything closed because of bad beer. This week we talk about the heart of the cards of memories, old games equals bad games, and the hardest port in the world. But first, here's the song of the week.
You ain't nothing but a broke game, glitching all the time. You ain't nothing but a broke game, glitching all the time. Oh, you ain't gonna get past, you ain't no favor mine. Well, they said you were fixed up, well, that was just a lie. Got my achievements all fixed up, unobtainables on my tag. Oh, ain't gonna get past, ain't no fave of mine. Alright, we'll call it there.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's...
It's a nice easy one for everyone.
Nice.
Very easy.
Yeah, that was definitely a good easy one to start the month because it is a new month of songs in March. Again, had to think for it, like, I was like, yep, definitely March.
Yep,
that's the
third month of the year.
Oh, yesterday I was writing everything 3-2.
Yep.
Everything I dated, I just wrote 3-2 because my brain wasn't working.
3-2-19, yep.
No, I did 2020, I'm not that dumb. Just pretty dumb, not that dumb. This is me vamping because I forgot to open up Trello on my phone, so I can't remember what any of our cards are.
I'm sorry, do you want me to take it from the top again? We just want to start again?
No, we're definitely good.
Do I need to
my phone
take two,
good.
take three?
No. Well, my phone sometimes doesn't even, it doesn't refresh Trello, so,
great.
I'll open up and go, oh, cool, this was last week's episode. Go, how do I, what?
Look,
if you want to...
As long as you're recording, it's fine.
Definitely am. That's on that screen. Oh, man. I'll tell you in 20 minutes whether it's stuck or not. If you would like to join the Discord and have a conversation with us almost face-to-face, but not quite, you can join us at discord.io/realgamerscore. That's our pretty vanity link, and it's gorgeous, and it will send you directly into our server where we can criticize you and scrutinize everything you do with your life. Because we love to do that.
Yeah, we got a lot of time on our hands. If you couldn't tell.
Case in point.
Yeah, exactly. If you would like to provide for us monetarily, you can do so at patreon.com/realgamerscore. Throw a couple bucks our way. Oh man, I definitely forgot to announce the new Patreon that we had last week. Definitely. Oh, I even told him I would.
Awkward.
It is awkward because he's definitely. Actually, it might have been in between shows. I can't remember. Either way, thank you very much to Trim My Hedges, or Trimmy Hedges, or Cameron's brother, or Nate Dog Sniper, as he's known on TA. Yeah, that's his game tag.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, right.
Yeah. He's not Trimmy everywhere. And he said it was Trim My Hedges. That's this, but he doesn't capitalize the M in my because he's just given up.
And he doesn't put the spaces in it, so what's he doing?
I honestly just thought he must have been a gardener or something.
Yeah, that's... Much as I am a doctor of chins and you are a no person.
Well, you do say that to me all the time,
and
so...
I'm a Matrix wizard, so...
Yeah. But thank you very much for joining our Patreon. You get to hear all our lovely, stupid stuff we do outside the show. Possibly our best content. It goes about as long as a regular episode, the month's worth of outtakes, and it's really boring to listen to back because I'm like, I heard all of this already. But that's what we do. Well, that's what I do sometimes. We have a monthly contest that we run, the random to-do list. Obviously, we're in the new month of March, so everyone has their new lists. I've switched over to an easy list because...
You're a scrub.
Exactly. Very little has changed because still 90% of the games are games I've just dived, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not going to play that because that's... had one on my list. There was a 1.4 ratio. I'm like, in this game, this was a dive. I haven't played this game. Like, it's a Chemco game. Had a look at it. Solution was like, after you've completed the game, I went, yep, nope, not doing it.
Those Chemco games, they lure you in with the low ratio and then just beat you to death with the most boring gameplay on earth.
Yes. Some of them are going games with gold in Japan, so hopefully that trend carries on and the hundreds of dollars I've wasted on the Chemco titles will be really appreciated by me. But the random to-do list is a list of 25 achievements from your locked pool on trueachievements.com. We have a monthly contest related to a game. Last month was for the game 7th Sector. This month we have not decided yet, but all the prize draws will be drawn next week, and we'll announce a new prize on next week's show. You can still get your random to-do list unlock for the month of March. You just cannot answer the trivia question because there is no trivia question. So yeah, there's that. We have had some updates this month in the random to-do list, mostly in regards to the difficulty settings. We've, at least in our Discord, the random to-do list unlock feed and with all the messages and stuff has been moved to the main random to-do list channel. It just...
It's cleaner.
Seemed like a waste having it separate. May as well have it in the same channel where the discussion can happen based on it. Our easy lists have been made much more easy. So essentially, all of the achievements are from your easiest 50% in your pool. So you could have a very, very, very low ratio, low point value list. I think the lowest you could theoretically get is 2,500, and I think I'm at like 3,100 for my list. So I don't think anything is above a 1.9 ratio. So pretty good. The standard is pretty much the same, though it's been bumped slightly higher to I think 7,500 from 7,000 as your maximum draw value, just because the influx of
dogs
from the My Decade on Xbox caused a lot of the ratios to get a huge boost. So we've just adjusted accordingly so that it's still okay. And that's resulted in most people not having to wait for a list as well. Hard mode at the moment has been removed completely while we tweak it some more. And by we, I mean Tarragon, because why would I ever, do any of that stuff? Why would I be helpful? No, it's his baby. We're tweaking the values because it didn't really give a more difficult list. It just gave a higher point value list. So we're working to actually make it a challenge. So, but when you start pulling from, the top 10% of people's locked ratios, you get the stupid stuff like the, 17 ratio achievements in Halo MCC or whatever ridiculously inflated stuff. So it's not easy to balance. Hopefully that gets sorted pretty soon, and we can reinstate that for next month. Taron has also updated the some of the back-end stuff, so the front side sheet will automatically update for the new month. Previously, we had to manually change a link on the front end to actually get the lists to show up properly for the new month. That's now automatic, and there is now a message in the Discord when the new lists are drawn and when lists for individual people are drawn after the new month rollover has happened. So all very good, very welcome updates from Spaceman, and we thank him very much for all his efforts, and look forward to a competition or community challenge on TA that's completely unrelated.
Completely unrelated, but just happens to be mentioned here at the same time.
Yeah. Yes. Some might call it a individual ultimate head-to-head. I wouldn't, but some might.
If they knew,
do that.
if they knew what it was, which you definitely don't.
Yeah. I haven't seen the rules for the easy or hard modes of this thing that I haven't seen. News. Well, everyone's dead, essentially. Well, everyone who does news is dead because of Corona.
Yeah,
or
pretty
freaking
much.
out.
Yeah, they're dead, dying, or wish they were dead.
Yeah, so, like, it's... everything's delayed. No one's going to get anything.
Yep.
My job has resorted into people calling every half an hour. Do you have P2 masks?
have masks?
Do you have P2 masks? And just explaining, yes, we do, but individual masks are $14.95 each.
Yep. Yeah. And they have cat whiskers drawn on them. But that's a
Totally
bonus.
unrelated.
Yeah.
It's like that's all the ones they have left. The real ones with like shark teeth on them or anything, they're all gone. It's just the cat whisker ones left. And everyone's like, nah, I'll just take the coronavirus, thanks.
Yeah.
So the coronavirus is ruining everything. Everything's delayed. At my job, we've got delays to our vehicles showing up. We've got delays to doing international travel. I've seen delays to apparently the box office is going to be down. Who knows what's going on? But apparently, Game Developers Conference (GDC) is postponed, not cancelled for this year, but apparently postponed due to the coronavirus concerns.
Yeah. Where is GDC held?
It's a good question. I do not remember. It's
Somewhere in the world. And that world is
Definitely
infected with
accurate.
Corona.
Definitely accurate.
Where is it? I'm literally...
Trying to say.
Wow, this article mentions nothing. San Francisco.
right, which makes sense.
It was to be held.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. A lot of people were pulling out already, so it makes sense that they would postpone it because there was like half the people that pulled out in the first sort of week that it was kind of the frenzy had started to happen. But yeah, it's I don't really know what happens at GDC. This is not one I pay attention to.
So Game Developers Conference tends to be, it's not as much of a trade show as something like E3 is, or Tokyo Game Show. It is more of a panels and awards, and it tends to be a lot of small like indie devs trying to get their names out there. It's basically a big networking event. Obviously, they still have news there and that sort of stuff because it's a great way to get in front of people. But it tends to be more of a focus on, hey, I'm an indie dev. Here's like the big innovative thing that I'm doing in the space. Here's a good chance for me to not network necessarily with, the Xbox marketing team or the Xbox sales team, but actually talk to other developers and that sort of stuff to get their ideas of what's happening. And also to get involved in panels on how to make games and how games work as a business as well as an art form.
Yep, so for developers, by developers kind of thing.
It's kind of the idea. I mean, it has gone through a few permutations as the things have changed, but that is usually the key thing.
So when was it supposed to happen?
This month, like in 3 weeks.
This month, which is interesting that it's being postponed. Actually, considering PAX happened, PAX East.
Yeah, I mean,
I get that's the other. Other side of the country.
Yeah, PAX East is in Boston, so on the East Coast. I mean, I guess there are no confirmed cases of coronavirus on the East Coast, to be fair. And also, I mean, PAX tend to have less company and dev. I think from a pragmatic point of view, if you're a developer or you work as a developer or on a development team, it's more likely you're going to get in contact and have trouble for your business if you get sick than if you go to PAX where it's mostly PR and marketing people who are quote unquote expendable.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, some companies have pulled out of PAX. CD Projekt Red pulled out, but it's not the development team of Cyberpunk 27 going to PAX East. It's some marketing guys, some hype men, some people who know a bit about what's going on, but not necessarily anyone core to the game getting out.
Sure, which would potentially be different at GDC.
Yeah. Okay. So it is very interesting seeing how much the coronavirus is affecting things.
Yeah, both
Like
inside
it's
games and outside of
ridiculously
it.
contagious, but
Yeah.
just the amount of delays coming out of well, I mean, everything is stopped exporting from China for the most part.
Supply chains are breaking down that hard. Yeah, it's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, so
I spent. Sorry, go.
I was going to say, if for example, we're waiting on a shipment of vehicles from Korea, but the factory's been shut down over there, so essentially it's been delayed at least a month, for example.
Yep. Yeah. This is now that you've said that, my problem from today is slightly smaller scale, but I spent today alcohol wiping 80 headphones that we got from recently shipped from China.
Yep. That's yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't sound as impressive now as your months of delays on these vehicles you've produced.
Yeah, there's
Clean some headphones, yo.
There's also been a few interesting things around how people have been reacting to it here in New Zealand. We had our first confirmed case yesterday or over the weekend, and our biggest newspaper ran the headline taking up the entire front page, "Pandemonium," and so there's been panic buying of all toilet paper, hand sanitizers, masks, everything you can. It's gone nuts. It was ridiculous. So there's the coronavirus is affecting everyone in a very interesting. I mean, as to be expected.
We needed a new plague. So,
I mean, apparently it's targeting boomers and fat people. So I mean,
This is just, it's like a wolf. You eat the weakest of the herd because they're the slowest. The herd gets stronger, right?
Sure, but unfortunately, I think the thing we'll find is that we are quite far from the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Not that we believe that in the first place, but
you keep going, little wolfie.
But I mean, just so a couple other things. So obviously, we had news earlier that some companies were pulling out. So you had Sony and Microsoft. EA was saying that they were taking official precautions because they were cancelling, this and that and the other. So GDC has been postponed to the summer, they've said. So they're probably going to be another 6 months before they do another conference, which is probably the smart move. Also means they don't have to potentially refund everyone. And I guess the other bit is what the hell is the name of the company who runs E3?
Not the ESA.
Yeah, the ESA. It's the ESA. Yeah. Sorry, I just totally blanked on that. Yeah, so the ESA basically said, "Nah, don't worry about the coronavirus. Come to E3, please, because this is probably going to be the last one that we can have, and if we cancel this one." It's like
that's it. Done. Dusted.
Yeah, we're done. We're like, come on, look at all this money we're spending on infotainment.
It would
advertise
be the biggest victim of coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, you want to stand in line for 4 hours with people who probably have a disease? Yeah, so
marketing team's really gonna have to spin.
Oh yeah, so I'm fully expecting the new Xbox to have Phil Spencer come out in a clean suit, and just be like, hey, this is the only Xbox we were able to get out of China before the government collapsed and it turned into Mad Max.
He's going to bring his from home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, here's the prototype. It won't look anything like this, and this is the only one you'll ever see because unfortunately we've had to. The entire supply chain has collapsed, and we're going to have to dig the silicon chips out ourselves out of the ground.
How much? Okay, how much is he auctioning off his? Because he's auctioning it for charity. How much is he auctioning? How much does his Series X go for when it's delayed by 6 months for release?
Oh, I mean, it'll be auctioned off to a charity, and that charity will be going into a bunker with the rest with the rest of the Elysium residents to fly off into space, while they can watch us all just die gasping. Waiting for our next release of an Xbox.
Yeah,
but it'll probably be like $1,000 or $2,000, and it'll probably all go to coronavirus research.
Just as long as the person goes when they're buying it, no, you're breathtaking.
Oh God.
I want them dressed up as the coronavirus. I want that to be their costume when they pick it up and take it out of his hands and just say, "No, you're breathtaking."
I'm just picturing the avatar of the coronavirus as like Edward 40 hands. Like, you know, Phil Spencer comes out in a clean suit, but his hands are out, and he's got Corona bottles on each fingers. And he goes, "Xbox, come out and play!"
Oh, it's so awful. Oh, that's so bad. That's terrible.
And everyone starts clapping until they start coughing, falling over, and dying. And it's like this amazing performance art piece, but it's also like that's the last thing we see as a humanity is the E3 conference where everyone's like, "Wow, those are some really, really good graphics of someone dying," and no, it's actually just a live stream.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough about our definitely going to happen apocalypse, and we should all be panicking.
Something else that's dying is the Xbox One version of the Wonderful 101 remastered.
This is like the story that we hear every time someone's like, "Hey, we're bringing this game out to other consoles," and by other consoles we mean PC and the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, because it's too difficult to port from the original engine. The original engine, specifically being the Wii U. So
I mean, they probably have
Zombie
a point
can
there.
do it.
True, Zombie. Yeah, sorry, not Zombie U though, just Zombie.
Yeah.
They lost the U in the port.
Okay. So, we'll go through the story first, and then I'll get to my complaints. Wonderful 101 game I didn't play.
Neither.
Platinum Games, released on Wii U in 2013. Remaster was announced in Kickstarter with Xbox One versions being a stretch goal, but according to the game's director Hideki Kamiya, differences between the Xbox One engine and the original engine meant a port would be too costly. Did an interview and said they wanted to do it, but it's so different that it would be too expensive to port, and they didn't have the ability to do it in-house, so they would have had to go Radalaika, probably do it for about $30.
I mean, the achievements would be real easy.
Yeah. But so they've said they haven't ruled out a port coming at some time, but just that at the moment it costs too much and it's too difficult to do. Which is, I feel it's weird, given they're doing ports. Okay, Switch, that makes sense. Maybe it's probably not that different, and also like going from a Nintendo, although it's a completely different Nintendo platform that feels like we've had plenty of Wii U ports. So it's probably not that bad.
If you can go from a Wii U to a Switch, I see no reason as to why you couldn't go from Wii U to Xbox or PS4.
If you can go from a Wii U to a PC,
exactly.
You got to go to anything.
Yeah.
I see no reason why you can't go to an Xbox One, which, and again, I don't know, I'm not a developer, but given how much stuff is Xbox Play Anywhere, and that they've essentially at this point pretty much integrated and the same thing, I don't understand why you aren't able to port to Xbox One.
I mean, I feel like it's not a true thing. Essentially, I think it's just, hey, we don't think it's going to sell because it's a Japanese game, and Japanese games don't do well on the Xbox, so we're just going to make up some excuse because we don't want to do it.
That's exactly it. And sorry, you go, Kirby.
No, I was just saying that's what I was thinking it was, because going to PlayStation 4 wasn't difficult.
The worst thing about this, too, is the fact that they advertised it as a stretch goal and basically gone right after the Kickstarter's finished, I don't know how long ago, hey, look, we're just not going to, it's too hard for us. We're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, the thing that would have happened is they would have, once they'd hit the stretch goal and sort of their Kickstarter had ended, they would have sent out surveys saying, what platform do you want your version to be? Yeah. And they didn't get enough Xbox One responses.
Yep.
So they went, okay, we'll take that stretch goal money and use it elsewhere, but the three of you that chose to get it on the Xbox One will be disappointed, and you can pick a different platform. But that's how I imagine it would have gone down.
You're probably not wrong.
It's disappointing. It's just disappointing that it happens in general, but there's the reasoning behind it is a lot more valid than the reasoning they're saying. I mean, I would probably have accepted it if they said, we don't think we'll sell very well, so we won't, like, more than it's too expensive to port to 1 out of 4 current platforms.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, what you said, throw some evidence behind it, done.
Yeah, it's a shame because it's not like they don't have other like Platinum don't make Xbox One games they brought over Bayonetta and Vanquish. I mean, obviously those were 360 games, but I don't, and obviously they've done work in the past with the whole Scalebound thing that they were trying to do. So I don't think it's like a personal vendetta or some of the things that people are saying. I don't think it's like being like, well, Microsoft's the worst, so screw them. I think it's more just, yeah, you're right, is that it's a Western company, more Microsoft are, and they just don't. The Xbox One has a quarter to a fifth of the number of sales that the PlayStation 4 does worldwide, and in Japan it's almost like 20 to 1. So it just doesn't make logical sense for them, which is a shame because I love Platinum's games, and I would really like to play One for 101, but I guess I'm just not going to.
Until it has Switch Chiefs, and then I'm in.
Yeah. See that backdoor way into that is exactly.
Just convince him to do it that way. The more Switch games with achievements, the happier I'll be.
Exactly.
As if I didn't spend enough money on video games already.
What? Sorry, tangent. What was annoying is when I was in Sydney for my eye stuff, I played a lot of Dauntless on the Switch.
I've heard of this
Ton
game.
of Dauntless.
Yep.
It's like Monster Hunter but free. It is really fun. Played a lot. Got back, excited to link up my accounts on the Xbox and get some achievement pops and then keep playing. The linking has to happen the first time you log into the game, and I dived the game, so I can no longer link that account.
Oh, man.
Damn that. Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I contacted them, and they're like, oh, no, well, you didn't do it then. I'm like, yeah, well, I only had it on one platform then, so there was no reason to link my account, because why would I?
That's so dumb.
And unless I'm missing something, if there's something I'm missing, you let me know, people of the audience, but as far as I could tell, I haven't played it since, because I'm so far behind on my Xbox version, and I'm not getting anything out of my Switch version that both of them are just now sitting there unplayed. Yeah.
It's a shame.
And it was free. I think it is free. It's a free-to-play game.
Yeah, pretty sure it's free to play. Yeah,
it's really good though. It's just a really budget Monster Hunter. I know some of the people that worked on it, so it's disappointing that I don't want to play it anymore, isn't it? It's more on me, but anyway, we had the G-Task happen this week. Still, it's not over yet.
How is it not over? This thing goes on forever.
This is 52 weeks in a year. It's like a 50-week event with 2 weeks downtime, and then they kick it off again. It's ridiculous.
You got to be insane to join up for this. What is wrong with these people?
10 weeks.
More than 10 weeks. I mean, obviously, if you're in the first 10 weeks, then that's totally understandable, and everyone should sign up. But outside of that, what are you doing?
Yeah, just ridiculous. I literally didn't pay attention to periods. I think we're in period 35 right now. The bonus is a solo side bonus for earning 15 achievements flagged collectible in the scoring period. So pretty easy in some games. There'll be plenty of games that have just a ton of collectible stuff because it's literally the worst flag and I hate it. And cannot wait till we rejig the definition and just narrow that ship, tighten the ship down to exactly what we want it to be, which is not what it is now. It's disgusting. Yeah. Anyway, venting over. The solo side cutoff for period 34 was 3,653. I'll mention team cutoff because that was 8,408. We had something interesting happen last week, and it's repeated itself. This time, both solo and team sides listeners are the first place and place above the line. So, what the fug is obviously the low place. There's not a chance you'd be in the high place, buddy. You know it. I know it. I know the trash I give you to play. None of it's going to be getting you any score. 3,696 true achievement difference, 43 above the line. Our high flyer was Secular Forever, first spot, 9,657. I don't know what he's been playing. I'm sure it's probably 2 Point Hospital, because why not? As I mentioned, team side cutoff was 8,408. Our low team was Don't Stop Till You Get Enough of Bemused Box, Matty L22L, and Banco Billy with 9,085, 677 above the line. Our first place team was Is This Team Leapfrog, Jimbot UK, Daniel JJ14, and Infamous with 13,661. Obviously no knockouts on solo or team side yet. So, but we're really getting down there. I don't know how many is left on either side, but it's definitely not high. What's he been playing, Cameron?
He's been playing Lies of Astaroth and Minecraft on Android.
Alright.
Yep.
I don't respect him anymore. Lies... Oh. Yeah. I just need to do my daily logins in Lies, to be honest.
I was going to say, you're probably pretty close to finishing that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as close as someone gets.
Yeah, I think I need to earn a bit of money, and then I can buy, like, spend the money and get some cards and stuff. Like,
don't you have a phone alarm for that?
I was setting so many alarms for that game. When there are events happening, I would have set one every 4 hours so that I could do them. So I could spend max energy and not waste any. I was dumb, and then I gave up, and I need to go back and just like, oh, there's so many stupid daily login games I need to do. I need to do Roblox still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roblox, Jeopardy. Yeah, anyway, that's not what I've been playing this week, obviously. What I have been playing this week is not much, relatively speaking. A lot less than I usually play. So little that I only feel like talking about 2 games in particular. Dragon's Lair Trilogy we'll start off with. That's awful. It's really short, but
I could have told you that.
I'm sure the game itself is fine. The problem is, all I do the entire time is stare at the indicator telling me left, right, up, down, or attack. And yes, the indicator is also on the screen, but it's a lot less obvious what direction that is, as opposed to the thing telling you exactly what direction you need to push. So, yeah, the entire time I just watch that. You can continue as many times as you want, and whatever, there's no penalty. The only annoying thing was in Dragon's Lair 2, you need to get treasures. And to get the treasures, you actually have to, at certain points, push a different direction. So I'd sort of look ahead in the solution and see, okay, the treasure for this section is in this bit. And so I'd get to it, do it, and then die and have to restart the whole section. And the sections are only 4 or 5 little minutes long, maybe even shorter than that. But you have to be perfect for that whole 5-minute section. And it just... it's just... I don't know. I can definitely tell it's not from the now.
Oh, yeah, it's very dated.
Also,
it was a massive money sink for them.
Yeah, I also got stuck on the dragon fight in Dragon's Lair, just because I was bad at the game. And so I'd have to sit through the bimbo in the glass thing, like spending her 20-second monologue telling me that she's trapped and the key's around the dragon's neck, and to kill him you need to use the magic sword.
Yep, I know exactly what you think. Elsa and I had to listen to that sound clip at least 10 times, just over and over and over again, because it's a real pain.
Because I just do one dumb thing where I'm trying to memorize the pattern so that I don't have to. And I go, okay, now I need to. No, now wasn't that. Now was right instead of attack. Damn it. I have to sit through it again. Yeah. Oh my god. And then because I'd done it a few times, and I was making dumb mistakes. I was like, okay, I'll look up a YouTube video, and so I know what action's coming up. Looked one up. It was apparently from like the older game where the actions were different. I went, God damn it, that's not the button I had to... Yeah. So it's just... And I had to watch the little monologue there, and then on my screen again. Oh. Really annoying and dumb. I don't know why I didn't skip it, but I just didn't. But I don't think it's a cheap game either. I do not recommend that game. If it's on like a $5 sale, sure, because it's short enough and relatively easy, but it's like you don't watch or play the game. You just stare at one spot and react to your QuickTime event. The other game I want to talk about is also, despite being similarly broken and boring and just repetitive, I had fun with, is the new Ratalaika from last week, Gunbury Super Strikers. It's a soccer strategy RPG, tactical RPG game with a soccer setting. So you're on a grid. Each of your players, except for the goalkeeper, has 2 actions they can take each turn, including a tackle if they need. So you can tackle and still move twice, or pass, shoot, or I think that's the only... Yeah, there's dribble, pass, shoot, tackle. Those are your moves, tackle being an exclusive one. You move on a grid, get around players, and shoot and try and score and win the game. The strategy that I quickly figured out and told Sangrias of Hidden Levels, and he made a lovely video, so I'll break it down really quick here. You have 14 games. You get an achievement for winning each game, and an achievement for getting 10 stars, and one for getting 20 stars. Stars are for objectives. In each of the games, one of the objectives is to win the match, so you're guaranteed 4 stars. There are at least 7 other objectives for not conceding a goal, so not letting any goals in. So using this strategy will get you at least 21 stars, if not more. So score a goal in the first game. I literally just ran forward, past the players I need to get past, and kicked a goal when I could and scored. And then the other team will kick off. Eventually you'll get the ball back. You want to get everyone sort of relatively close together, and for each of because a half is 20 turns, 10 for you, 10 for your opponent, and then you swap to the second half, again 10 for you, 10 for your opponent. On each of your turns, you want to just pass in a circle. Each player will get 2 passes, and they'll get experience for doing that. This is the Final Fantasy X Blitzball strategy for leveling up your weak defenders. You just pass it back.
I was going to say, this is starting to sound very familiar.
Yeah, so you do that for the entire first game. Once you've scored 1-0, and it'll be easy to defend and super easy. You'll get a bunch of experience. You'll get to maybe level 6, 7, 8 with your characters. That's about where you want to be for the rest of it to work. Now for the rest of the matches, every single match from here on out, you dribble up forward, score a goal, they'll kick off, you get the ball back and run to the corner, and then surround yourself on each of the 3 adjacent spaces with a player of yours, and then just keep skipping your turns, because the opponents have to be in the square next to you to tackle. So if you are surrounded by your own players, they can't tackle you, and they can't get the ball, and they can't score. So you skip through pretty quickly, you win 1-0. The first 7 matches, relatively easy, small pitch, it's 6 aside. The next after that is the World Cup. You're controlling Japan with a lot of better players who can run further and stuff like that, and have higher stats. But it's 11 aside, same strategy works. You run through, score a goal. You can do the defending 2 ways. You can either get to the corner, or now you've got enough players where you can have your person with the ball in the middle, and the 8 squares around him with players on your team surrounding him. So then you can do it in the middle of the field. Or you can do it up against one of the side walls, and you'll need 5 players, but just essentially the corner needs less players. standing in the middle field works just as well. The issue I had with that was that when more players are close to the ball of the opposition, they will still move around to try and find a gap to get in. So being in the corner, typically I only had one player close enough who would attempt to find a gap. So that's one player moving twice, skip his turn, skip your turn. When you're in the middle of the field, tends to be 4 or 5 players taking 2 moves and trying to get to the ball. So I found it took a reasonable chunk longer than just running to the corner. This gets the completion down from about 6 hours to probably 2.5, and turns it into a really comfortable, easy game. Like it was never hard to begin with, but now it's quicker because losing had no penalty. You gained experience for all your actions and just had to replay the game with better characters. This way, you almost certainly win every game the first try. I had to replay the very last game like 3 or 4 times just because I had bad rolls on my shots for goal and didn't score the first 2 or 3 times. So really quick and easy to restart. It's a really good game. I don't know how expensive it is. I think it's slightly more expensive than the standard Radalaika, but I really enjoyed it for what it was, even though it was really repetitive. It was pretty fun. I am creeping closer to finishing my Bean Dive recovery. I'm 116 achievements away, and then I will switch over to the all DLC settings and watch my completion percentage drop and never recover.
Drop to where it is correctly.
Yes, drop to where it should be, but I started the Bean Dive on all DLC, so it only makes sense. You know, I could have been scummy and started on all DLC and then swapped it back up, but no, it only makes sense to finish on the settings I started on before I make the switch, and then I'll probably drop from 45 down to 30 something, I'd say. I don't know, I don't think many of my games have DLC, but I think there's enough to hurt me. Lots of title updates I maybe didn't start, especially Minecraft and Halo MCC and stuff like that.
Neverwinter.
Yeah, Neverwinter's gonna murder me. Neverwinter is gonna sink me. I'm gonna stop at 90 whatever percentage minus Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But I ended up with 3,895 game score for the week. Matt, Cameron, who wants to go next?
Cameron, how about you go?
I was gonna, if you insist.
Okay.
All right,
Matt.
cool.
I'm gonna go.
You go.
Screw you.
You go.
Not a lot's changed this week. Was mostly clean up as always. With not buying new games, it's just been kind of got to finish up the old ones. Yeah, but I did play Tanky Tanks.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, that's not a very good game.
I've played 2 Tank games
easy.
recently. I can't remember which. No, Tanky Tanks is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you finished that recently, a few weeks back, I think.
I couldn't remember if it was Tanky Tanks or Attack of the Toy Tanks.
No,
But
Tanky Tanks is the
is
top-down
the
one.
glitch one, yep.
Yeah, so Tanky Tanks was fine. It was relatively simple. Like, I had a couple of... Like, I'm really glad they put that update in there where you can just continue from when you die.
Yep.
Because that makes it a lot easier. And then you could just play each of the things on the last level. I didn't really have much trouble except for... I mean, I had more trouble on normal mode than most of the other ones. But it took me maybe just over an hour to finish it. Easy 1,000. Finished up Goat Sim. So last week I was missing that one mini fun achievement for killing 7 enemies with the minigun. Mini fun.
Yep.
And yeah, I'd picked it up and I'd gotten 3 or 4 kills with it, and then one of the NPCs grabbed it off me and started shooting me with it. By the time I headbutted them, they'd broken it. So I was super happy about that because it's a random drop. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, Allison is hogging the Xbox because she's been playing Mass Effect. So I was like, well, I should probably... This is the one Windows game that I have left, so I should probably just jump on it and just wait. And so as soon as I started, a box dropped in front of me, and it was the mini fun straight away, and I got it in like 5 minutes. So I was very happy about that. Goat Sims is finally done. I've done it on the 360, the One, and the Windows 10, and hopefully I don't have to do it again on whatever future system that they release it on.
The Series X is imagine the goat physics in that though. Like,
oh yeah, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Yeah,
I think I might need to upgrade to a 4K TV for that, because I really don't think I'll get the full GOAT experience. I also played through some more of Ghosts, COD Ghosts. So we finally got Map Pack 2 finished, the Mayday one on the boat. I had to grind out for another hour and a half trying to get this last damn piece of intel. I got all the intel from the other levels as well. And we got through the third map pack as well, at least finished it once. We had a really, really good run where I got 7 or 8 achievements in it. So there's a couple left in there for finishing it with 2 relics on, and you have to finish it with each of the 4 classes, which is kind of a pain because it's a long level. Still no luck on that last level though. We got up to the final fight and we just got decimated. So
is that the one on the ship?
No, the ship one is the one I did.
Okay,
so that one's okay. There's the one in the caves, which I finished, which is too bad. And then the last one is the one with the shuttle, where you have to set up all the generators. Yep. So, yeah, my Whispering Ghost, unfortunately, is busy with a competition at the moment. And then he's going on a cruise, or I think he's going on a cruise, then he has a competition, one or the other. So he's pretty much out for the month of March. Assuming he doesn't get coronavirus, I'm hoping that he gets back and we can actually finish it up sometime in April. But I'm going to be putting that on hold for now. Keeping the COD train going. Since we're pretty much done with Black Ops 2, I've got a couple of achievements there to finish up. We decided we're going to jump on some Black Ops 1. So, yeah, because I've got a lot of DLC that needs to be finished. So I played through Ascension with Kiku, Adrian, who was very helpful. We managed to get through all of them pretty much one try. It was super, super simple. We got very lucky with the drops. Got all the got Pack-a-Punch by round 8. Got on all the Lunar Landers. Burnt a monkey with some fire, and threw like 5 zombies into a black hole or whatever it was. It was all really, really simple. It's like, wow, this is going to be super easy. And then we started playing Moon, the last DLC.
I hate that map so much.
So Adrian was like, oh, this map's not that bad, it's pretty easy. So
he's wrong.
Cameron and I have been playing with him.
Mm-hmm.
We got a few of the achievements, for hacking a door and for using it, like dying and resurrecting to escape out of when 2 of the areas get blocked off and you can't get out. Basically, death is your only option.
Yep.
So we got those achievements. But man, there's one achievement for saving all 3 of the potential areas that could be hit by the excavator. It's completely random which ones it is. So you pretty much have to run to the power in the first round, turn it on, and then just survive and hope that you get each of the 3 of them in a row. And if you get a repeat, then you're probably going to be waiting for another 5 to 6 rounds in the worst lag and low G gravity I've had to play a game in a long time. I understand that they're like, oh, hey, we're going to switch up the zombies formula by making it so that, everything's low G. So the zombies move maybe a little bit slower, but they also just keep coming towards you floating. And if you have any kind of lag, you're basically dead. Yeah. And of course, because you're outside in low gravity, if, say, someone shoots one of the spacemen who explode, you get launched into a group of 8 zombies and killed immediately.
I feel personally attacked right now.
Yeah, well, see, I was the one being personally attacked by zombies, so really, yeah. So
I didn't know it was going to happen. I haven't played that map pack in years.
That sounds like I shouldn't have done it because I didn't know it was going to happen. Not I didn't know it was going to happen, so I tried it.
Yeah, So we tried a few rounds of that, and it did not go very well. We've got 3 achievements left. The other one is for doing the East. There's 2 for the Easter egg. Which also has an element of random chance in it, which I'm just really not enjoying. I actually had quite a bit of fun playing through the Black Ops 2 map packs, even the ones that I wasn't very good at. But this one is...
See, Moon's the worst just based on the fact that you're solely dependent on RNG for those achievements. Shangri-La's hard, but I feel from memory that it's okay because you know what to expect.
Yeah, so I might ask Adrian if we could just do Shangri-La or do the other one that's on the boat with Romero on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll probably circle... Yeah, Call it Dead. So we'll probably circle back to Moon, but it's really rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to try and do a bit more of that, and then see if I can get those last couple of achievements in Black Ops 2. We're looking for a 4th to help us with the boost. And then the last thing I've been playing with Mr. X Povos... Kronos has been very helpful. in helping me boost Magic 2015. Sitting there and just losing matches over and over again to get my 100 wins. We just managed it over the weekend, so I'm finally done with the 360 version of that, and then I can start the Xbox One version and do it all over again.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, so I might wait on that a little bit, because it's I can only deal with the heart of the cards so much.
That's the wrong game for a start.
I mean, basically the same thing. It's exactly the same.
How dare you, good sir.
Yeah, but so again, bit of a quiet week. Oh, and then I also just finished up Darksiders 3 this afternoon.
Oh,
finally did my my New Game Plus run through. Just sort of sped run it, and then did beat the first boss on New Game Plus run through 2. So technically third playthrough, where you unlock a piece of armor that once you upgrade it will increase the amount of souls that you get from the items that you can destroy to get souls for, like similar to Dark Souls.
Yep.
And so basically you just rack those up the entire first 2 playthroughs, and then on the third one you basically put on the armor, upgrade it as much as you can, and just use them all at once. So I ended up with close to 1 million souls, and I spent all of them, got it to level 80, and then used those instant level ups that I'd been saving because, as I mentioned previously, I'd used a few of them. But thankfully, you get 15 of them each playthrough, so I had 21 of them left.
Yeah.
And just crushed them up, ended up at level 102, got the last achievement, all done.
And the last achievement is for 100?
Yep, last achievement is to get... So the 3 achievements for that are upgrade a piece of armor, which you can do in New Game Plus, finish New Game Plus mode at least once, and then reach level 100.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're really min-maxing, you could probably reach level 100 before the end of before the end of your New Game Plus playthrough. But it's probably better you might as well just do the extra half an hour, get the piece of armor, and just max it out as much as you can.
Yeah, rather than not worth it.
Rather than it's not worth the grind otherwise. Game itself, I had a lot of fun playing through New Game Plus on story mode. Armageddon difficulty was quite difficult, although once I went back and whilst I was pretty over leveled from trying to do the DLC, I was able to just pretty much smoke the rest of the bosses. Playing through on story is a lot more fun. I basically almost got through the entire game without dying. Nice. So the enemies don't respawn unless you die. So I had a pretty powerful character, just ripped through the enemies. I did die at one point because of a puzzle. So the enemies did come back, but that was in the last half an hour of the game.
Okay.
So still a good game. I still have no idea what's going on with the story. I think I need to watch a YouTube video because it's so convoluted at this point. But it is on Game Pass, and the DLC goes on sale quite often, and the DLC is pretty simple, and it does give you some interesting... the Void DLC will give you alternate versions of the weapons you have, so instead of daggers, you get claws and that sort of stuff. And the Crucible DLC is exactly what it sounds like. You just fight 101 waves of enemies. Real simple, but hey, it's done. I don't think I'm going to do the Windows 10 stack anytime soon, because it is...
Sorry,
it's quite an investment. It is quite an investment. It is if you're doing all the achievements, it is a 40 to 50 hour game.
Okay. Does the Crucible affect your character in your playthrough, level wise or anything?
It does. So what I did is I got up to the 6th in Gluttony, and after I beat him, that unlocks everything else. And then that unlocks all 4 of your different forms of the abilities you have, like Metroidvania style.
Yep.
Then I went through back and did the DLC, beat the 4 bosses in there, and then I got stuck on the last boss. But I was getting so many items and upgrades through that DLC that when I came back to fight Wrath and then fight the final boss, Wrath and Pride and then the final boss, they were actually relatively simple. Even on apocalyptic difficulty, I was able to beat them in a couple of tries.
Okay.
So I would advise try to do as much when the DLC opens. When you get the fire, ice, lightning, and force abilities. Every time you get the new one, go to the DLC part, unlock it, beat the boss, try to get all the items you can, try to get as many souls as you can, and then once you've basically beaten the final boss and you can just load your game, then drop it down to story mode, do the rest of the stuff you couldn't get through, then start doing the Crucible. And try and make sure you use the enchantment that gives you extra havoc generation and time in Havoc form, because you need to kill 666 regular enemies in Havoc form, which is the like super mode that you get in the other games, and it's like Devil Trigger, so it doesn't last very long. So you want to keep it up as much as possible and use it on as many weak enemies as possible as you're going through, because it does add up. But it did take me like a playthrough and a half before I finally got there. But yeah, so like but hey, if you want tips on it, hit me up. I'm an expert on the game now, apparently.
Sure sounds like it.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's really good. If you like the Dark Souls sort of experience, it's very much like a Dark Souls light, in the same vein of something like what was that game? The one with the Labyrinth DLC that was the guys who made the Surge.
Lords of the Fallen.
Okay. It reminds me a lot of that.
Okay. Yeah. I might get that then.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on sale this week too.
I don't care about that.
Oh, great.
I only care about free stuff. Speaking of sales, though, are you done, Matt? No?
Yeah, so the 1,745 this week. So not a great week, but decent.
Okay. Speaking of sales...
Thanks, buddy. Do you have the same things last week?
Oh, but this one I'm fully aware of what I'm doing.
Okay, you're just going to run the joke into the ground.
Oh, May, have you heard this show before?
We don't repeat jokes here. What are you talking about?
Oh, right. I forgot we skipped you accidentally. Alright, Cameron. Are you ready to tell us what you've been playing, or like?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready now. I don't need to duck out for like 2 minutes. Yeah, cool. Alright, so this week I didn't really get much score. I was working on a lot of smaller stuff, finishing some certain achievements off. Fable Fortune, done, dusted, deleted.
Woo! Congratulations.
So, finished the last 6 seals with Adrian because he couldn't get his other account to work, so he wanted me to boost with him. Basically, worked on the strategy where we would get a red cap, can't remember the second name of it, but get this character called Red Cap onto the field, would have like 2 strength and 3 health. But the special effect for this card is every time the opponent takes a hit of damage, it boosts its attack by 1. So basically made a whole deck around that. Would just attack directly, keep on boosting to the point where he had like, I think 15 strength, nothing on the field would touch him. And pretty much just like it boosted all through the seals quite quickly. I think it took us about 2 hours, but I'm done.
So strength was attack and defense related?
So it has like a strength, so I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe it's like Hearthstone where I believe it's just strength and health, yeah? Okay. Strength is left, health is right. It's quite similar running like that.
Okay. So how did it having more strength not get it killed anyway?
So having more strength, you can put basically because this boss is more of like a defense boss, it will summon some attack cards, and you can guard a character, which will automatically make the enemy have to attack that guard character first.
Oh, yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so
or something, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So you just basically build yourself a glass cannon.
Yeah,
and
pretty
get
much
everything else to not hit him. Yep.
Yeah, that was it. So work the whole deck around that, and getting the particular cards I need as quickly as possible. Pretty much smashed through all 6. Yeah, deleted it. And I think Adrian finished it yesterday, where servers close tomorrow.
Woo.
So yeah, pretty close for him. Pretty much after that, I finished the last few achievements off I needed for The Sims 4, just using Bill's Guide and doing the second trophy family, as well as the plant one that I missed last week that just wouldn't unlock for me at first.
Anything you did different to get it to work, or?
No, I did the same, like, you know, how we were speaking about last week, did the exact same stuff, and for whatever reason this time it worked.
Weird.
Don't know. I mean, yeah. But anyway, I've got it. Deleted as well. Age of Empires 2, I did some very minor just catch up on progress. So I did the Montezuma campaign, got through all 6 missions of that. I tried the method that I looked up where typing in IR winner is cheat and then doing the 6th mission. Didn't work, unfortunately, so I just replayed all of that. Done that one as well as half the other South American campaign. So as soon as I finish the last 3 missions of that South America will be done. Pretty much saw the TA article the other day for the Activision server closures, or what would you call it? Discontinued support, or
end of service support.
End of service support, yeah. Unfortunately, I own quite a few of these titles. I think everything but... I felt like I had Transformers, but I can't find it anywhere, and there was another game that I don't own. Went through Metallica servers are down. DJ Hero 2's servers are down.
Yep.
Managed to jump on Wolfenstein. Servers are still up, but whenever I joined a match for multiplayer, people would just kick me because they're obviously boosting. Yeah, it has the option to...
Yeah, you're in the way.
I'm in the way, so yeah, and I couldn't find anybody to boost with, so probably just leave that to the back burner. Go on, though. That was the other game. I haven't tested that one.
It's down.
It's down as well? Alright.
Yeah, 007 ones are down.
As far as I can tell, Band Hero is up.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I could figure out. And DJ Hero 1, myself and Matt knocked out the online achievements for that.
Okay, so that's you're good on that.
So that
Yeah, so
so that works.
So yeah, DJ Hero 1 works, but DJ Hero 2 doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel sorry
obviously.
for the people doing Metallica, because I've seen a lot of game session posts that were made like a month or two ago to try and get the band in the box achievement.
It's the band versus band, so you got like 8 players, 4
Blitzerg or something like that.
Yeah, so that's the one achievement I'm missing for that as well.
Which sucks.
8 players.
Yep.
Yeah, 8 players.
You
You've got to have 4 on 4.
Yeah.
So I think I'm SOL on that.
Yeah. Which sucks. But yeah, pretty much just messing around in those games, trying to help out, find out what actually is still running. I feel stupid because in DJ Hero 2 I unlocked an achievement in it. So I might just one, yeah. So I might just go for everything but the online. I mean, I'm not really fast on my completion percentage, but it's what it is. Black Ops 1, Matt talked about most of it. The only, I guess, note I want to put here is the spaceman flying around kept on taking Adrian's friends' names, because it actually takes somebody of a gamer tag on your friends list. Me and Matt the whole time were just really hoping Tarragon would show up. Just
Didn't happen. We got Brad a couple of times. We got Get Clowntastic.
Yeah.
That
we
would have been
were just
literally
hoping
perfect if ZZ Urban Spaceman just started floating around attacking you.
That's exactly it. But yeah, nothing else. Like, Moon's just frustrating as all hell. Very RNG. Very luck based. And I really don't want to do it again, but we're gonna have to get the Easter egg done sometime.
Yep.
Moving on from that, I found probably I wouldn't say favourite, probably the most time I've invested in this week. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, because I never really played it when it came out for Game Boy Advance. Mm-hmm. I think I streamed probably an hour or two over the other day. Trimmy, or Hedges, or whatever you want to call him, was watching...
Nate.
Yep, Nate. Sent me a comment saying he actually really enjoyed it. I just have to fix my mic.
Before you move on from that, I got a comment, but keep going.
Yeah, so...
The mic thing, the game.
Yeah. I'm conflicted with this game because it's unique, but it feels repetitive in a way. And Kirby's shaking his head or nodding or doing some sort of...
Yeah, it's... Again, keep going. I'll comment when I need to.
So, like, the boss I got up to was Oogie Boogie in Halloween Town. And he's basically... His boss fight works off making chain breaks and then doing attack damage to him. Mm-hmm. What's the best way to describe the combat for this game?
It is standard Kingdom Hearts combat, but all your attacks are decided on a deck of cards that you've built. So it is kind of card-based combat, but essentially you have a different different numbers of attack. So you might have an attack 8 card, and if you do 3 attack 8 cards in a row, you'll do a specific move and stuff like that. So all your healing cards, you can just do a heal card by itself, but if you have 3 heal cards in a row, it'll do 3 cure cards. Sorry, it'll do Curaga instead of, is it Curaga for that or Curasa? I can't remember.
It's something like
Curaga.
Curaga, I'm pretty sure, but yeah.
I think Curasa is, I don't know if it's that game or a different game, but yeah. They got a bit weird with their spells in one of the games, I can't remember which. So it is, you still walk around and, select to attack and whatever else, but it's based on the cards in the deck that you've built, and you just shuffle through them. I think once you get about just over a third of the way through, you can make the best deck in the game and just rinse through everything.
See, I've made a deck, and the first few, like, I'm playing Proud mode just straight off the bat. The first few levels were a bit where was it that I struggled with? I think when I got to Cloud on Olympus, that's where I was having the most difficulty in the first few levels. Now that I've done Olympus, I've done Oogie Boogie, I've done Twilight. I've done Halloween Town. I'm not meant to say Oogie Boogie. Done Twilight Town. And I think there's something else I've done that I can't remember right now. But the cards that I've got at the moment, I just, like you said, rinsing through.
Yeah, you just rinse through. There's, again, I think it's like a 6-6-7 in a row for attack cards, and you'll do a dive slash where you slide across the ground and slash at them, and you just keep doing that, and it, like, genuinely combat is like you just spam A to continuously rinse through your cards because you can't get touched because you're moving so quickly for this attack that you can't get hit, essentially. I mean, it doesn't work for all the boss fights. It will work for all the boss fights, but you have to still dodge a bit more in those. But all your standard combat is, like, not a challenge at all anymore. I'll see if I can find that combo for you.
Does that work for the second half of the game as well?
There's not a specific... There are decks that are strong, but there's no cheese deck.
Like, there's stuff where, like, it feels more strategy than just, your, I guess, just, spamming your A button to attack.
Yes, you need to have a strong deck that will support your playstyle.
And working out simple things like when you're going up against Hades for Olympus, not doing fire spells on him because that will heal him rather than doing Blizzard to attack.
Yeah, it's
just simple stuff like that.
I mean, there's those nuances in there, and there's also that, if your playstyle doesn't fit an aggressive deck, and knowing that combinations of cards in a row will do a specific attack, not just do it like if you have 3 unrelated cards, you'll just do 3 attacks, as opposed to a special move attack, which you might not stumble upon the specific combination of cards. So I don't think it was. I think it was the combat's introduced very well in that this is how it works, and then you just left to figure everything else out on your own.
Yeah.
So it sort of briefly mentions how to play, and then goes, now figure it out, punk.
Yep.
That game is also...
And then halfway through the game, it's like, hey, guess what? Figure it out again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can smell the darkness. That game canonically brings up so much more problems than any other game in the series. Like,
totally does.
Does darkness have a smell? Does it? And then there's memories, and so is it really? Because memories are shown to be real, so if the memories are real, does that then make it... Yeah.
I'm playing this the Kirby method. It's just skip cutscene, skip cutscene, skip cutscene.
So I go through the new threads on TA, because sometimes there's stuff there like where someone's posted something where they should have done a flag submission, said, oh, this achievement's broken or whatever. And so someone had posted on like the 2nd of March, hey, did you guys know this game was free on the 26th for some reason? As in the 1.5, 2.5 bundle was free.
What?
Yep. For that day, for some reason, it was obviously a mistake, and I presume the game will get taken off him, but he waited 5 days to post, hey, this was free. I got it. Did you guys get it?
Oh,
One,
damn it.
why bring attention to the fact of that?
Yeah. I mean, it
It's...
was obviously an accident, and I don't know if he still has it, but
It sounds like... I'm not sure if I mentioned to you specifically a number of years ago where they had that... you had some kind of data logger on the PC that was constantly attempting to buy the game and cancel out of it. Mm-hmm. And it would do so many sequences per minute to the point of it actually going through and doing it as a free game, quotation marks.
Yeah.
But so many accounts got banned because, like, it was, illegitimate.
It's literal fraud.
Yeah, it's literal fraud, just exploiting the system. But it was in one of those threads of your region swapping and allowed to get cheaper games. Hey, how about we just not swap regions altogether and use this method and get our free games? Because we don't care our accounts. But if it gets banned, we'll just go to a new account and play a different game.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let me see if I can find if he's still playing it, because
I'm pretty sure that was on Whirlpool. That particular one.
Ah, man, that would have been nice, because I do want to play that game, but I'm not prepared to pay what they're asking for it.
Yeah, I'm not getting it for a while. Not until I've hit 1 million at least, but just...
Yeah, and I'm also not allowed to buy it this year, so...
Game is free on the 26th. Yep. Oddly, searching for the game on February 26th, I was able to download the game for free. Was anyone else able to do this as well? On the 2nd of March?
I'd gloat you got there. Jeez.
And he has not played it since he started it, though. Well, actually, I don't know. I can't really tell. He's got a very small feed.
maybe his game share partner bought it or something, and he just was like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Yeah, maybe.
That's always a possibility too. I didn't even think of that.
He wouldn't have been able to download. Depends where he was looking at the store. Yeah. But yeah, still, hopefully it wasn't free, because I'm going to punch. I'm going to be very angry if it was. But
I bought it. I'm pretty sure I purchased it on the 26th and it wasn't free, so I don't know what he's on about. 26 was the
partner.
Who was the person that posted it? Was it Kiku123?
No.
Okay, that's safe then. Yeah, that's safe then. Any more comments on Chain of Memories? Anything else you want to add? Other than story-wise, it's just ridiculous.
There's a lot good about Chain of Memories, and then there's a lot dumb as well. It's a very middle game, because there's so much really good and then so much really dumb that it just balances out. It's tough.
I'm so conflicted because the combat too is like so interesting in a way. I've never seen another game do that.
It was for a bit.
Oh well,
and then I made a cheese deck. And...
Well, look, I've never played anything like that myself.
Yeah.
So yeah. What else was I going to say with that? But yeah, I'm enjoying it, but I'm just conflicted. Like, I feel like I'll play it for a bit and it will be repetitive, boring, and I'll probably get sick of it eventually. But I mean, I'm going to work for all the games, so anyway. Quick intermission. I'm just going to say, no, Brad, I am not going to play Call of the Wild. Cool, let's move on.
He's been telling us about how excited he is to hunt a deer for 20 minutes.
That's exactly it. Like, you finish Remnant, we'll go hunt deers then. That's it.
No, I'm not hunting deer. I don't care what game we finish.
Sorry. You go finish Remnant with us. Then on our partners' Xbox accounts, we'll download Call of the Wild, and then you can teach them how to hunt deers or whatever you want to do. Yeah, cool.
After I've finished every other game.
Call of the Wild.
What else have you been playing, Cameron?
Next one, I said I was going to start it last week, and I finally did. I've been working on Battleborn. I am pleasantly surprised by this game.
Don't say that. Don't do that to me.
I'm going to retract that statement in like 10 weeks. But how do I explain this? Adrian, with a lot of the lengthier titles, has been just like, come on, we'll do it together before service close. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll time sync every last minute of the day that I actually have playing games into this thing and get it done. But the one way I can describe this game is how Overwatch does one thing like PvP really well. This does multiple things like at a good level. So it doesn't put all its eggs in one basket, but then because of that, everything feels a lot more scattered out. Like the comedy in it is very like Borderlandsy. Same with the art style, just over the top. And the characters a lot, like half the ones that I've gone through are really fun to play with, and then the other half are just like Adrian was playing as one called Montana yesterday. It was basically just a glorified meat shield. And he just said he could not play it anymore after like 2 matches. He was just like, nah.
My favorite character in that game is called Oscar Mike.
Oh, I love Oscar Mike. Oscar Mike is amazing.
And like the only reason that character is called Oscar Mike is because they say Oscar Mike so many times in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
That the guy who was writing it was like, well, we have to call the military character Oscar Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. He's surprising, like he really like stacks up well as a I guess with his abilities and everything too. But I think I've got all the versus matches out of the way, about half the story stuff out of the way. Now I'm just I'm going to finish the story, go through on hard mode, and then go through with just one life mode. After all that stuff is done, then I'll start smashing out lore characters, which I'm kind of doing at the moment, like bits and pieces, but not concentrating my full attention to. I mean, if I work on like 1 or 2 characters per week, hopefully I'll get this done in the next few months. I know it's going to be a bit of a time sink, but I'm actually enjoying it like starting off, so I don't immediately feel like I'm going to put this on the back burner. Yeah, other than that, downloaded Sudoku last night, and I totally didn't just put everything into a solver, and totally did it all legit. I am definitely a grandmaster.
Scum, that's what you are.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yes, you've brought dishonor, you must commit Sudoku.
No. That's a great game, and you're ruining it by using a solver.
Great game.
I love committing Sudoku.
I mean, I've done enough Sudoku puzzles in the newspaper in my time, so...
Newspaper.
This is before achievements.
Yeah.
This is back when I was like... What, you're saying you don't read a newspaper anymore?
I'm saying the newspaper Sudoku puzzles are trash.
But the jokes are on par with what I tell.
Yeah, actually, that's accurate.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I've pretty much got through basically half of the game. I mean, the longest stuff is just going to be getting the challenges done every day and that kind of stuff, so I will need to set alarms like Kirby does for all my games. Yeah. But yeah, I just left a little comment here on the cello. Just the numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
No, it's fine. I'm just deleting that for you now. It's fine.
Yeah, cool.
Let's go. I've taken that out.
Cool.
So you don't have to say that. That's fine.
Deleted right in front of my eyes. Anyway.
Yep. Just took it right out.
Thanks to that lovely DJ Hero 2 achievement, I am sitting on an amazing 1409 for the week.
1409.
Yeah. I think it was 4 Gamerscore.
Oh boy.
Just like why? But oh well. I'm not too fussed. But yeah, that's
I'm really glad that the decision was made for me not to play Battleborn. by the time running out on getting the DLC stuff.
And the other thing I forgot to mention too with the DLC stuff is I found out if you do each of the matches once with a person that's already got the 50 points in each, That's it. You only have to do one walkthrough of it as compared to 5. So quite easy to smash out. If TA is the big
if you own the DLC already.
Yeah, if you own the DLC already.
Okay.
But
I couldn't do it with you once you're done because I don't have the DLC. Yeah.
I mean, you could do it, but you're just doing the base game.
Yeah, so no, Chin, don't start it. You're not starting the game.
The way he said it sounds like yes, I can, and I'm getting
no, Chin.
No.
He's telling you that you can't. I'm putting the kibosh on this.
Look. You can listen back to the podcast. I definitely did not confirm nor deny anything, other than the fact that it's actually an enjoyable game, and I am pleasantly surprised by that. Except Rainy Pitchford can. It's Pitchford, yeah. I'm blanking now. Yeah, cool. Randy Pitchford cannot pitch a game for the life of him.
I'll be great.
He can.
Well, let's.
Oh, it's not a Moriba. It's a Moriba. Anyway.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, let's get Oscar Mike on this and go over to our. Let's just disappear and reappear over at our game tips category with what's been on sale this week. And Games with Gold and Game Pass and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so first up, Games with Gold. Good. Of course, our final show of February does not align with their announced schedule for Games with Gold. So the day after, was it?
Yeah, I was pretty sure the morning after.
Yep, they announced the Games with Gold, which we've got 2, obviously, because we're in March now. We have Batman, The Enemy Within, the complete season. So that's the second season of the Batman series from the Telltale guys.
One of Telltale's best pieces of work, I would say. It's probably my second favorite up there with Tales from the Borderlands.
Was it the last game that they did before they shut?
Yeah.
Like when they're actually
trying... Walking Dead was Walking Dead Season 4, but before I think it was...
the last game before Walking Dead. The one that they actually started to go, hey, we need to change things.
It doesn't really change much. It's a very good story, but it's... I wouldn't say it changed much of the formula.
No, but I think the main thing with it is that last chapter, as I talked about when I was playing through it on PC, that last chapter is completely different depending, or at least most of it is completely different depending on how you play the rest of the game. So they did, as much as you can do with a narrative-based game, they did change things up quite a bit, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched someone do a playthrough, Cryotic. He's my go-to Telltale person. I don't think he's done a video in a while. Which would make sense. But that is out for the month of March. For the first half of March on the 360, we have Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, which I think was okay. I never played it, but again...
Yeah.
I think I watched someone play it.
I quite liked it, even though I could tell that it was not a super well-polished game.
Yeah.
It is... It is the second out of a series of 3 where they had the first one was the standard God of War-esque beat 'em up.
Yeah.
And then the 1.5 was their sort of 2D game, which I still haven't got those last couple of achievements in because that boss rush mode is brutal. And then this one is kind of that first game again, but also set in the future with interesting stealth mechanics. It's kind of the game's a mess, like 100%. It is super interesting in terms of like story and like setting and that sort of stuff around like how they're like, well, Dracula is like, spoilers for the end of the first game. You essentially become Dracula. Like the whole thing is you're a Belmont and you're essentially trying to get your wife back, your spirit back. And to do that, you have to become a vampire and defeat a creature called the Destroyer, which is what makes, which is part of the DLC, which is one of those games that has a damn DLC ending to end the game. And so essentially, that's what makes Dracula so powerful. And then you wake up like a bunch of years later, and suddenly there's like future technology, and it's kind of like how Ninja Gaiden 2 is like, hey, like ancient ninja village, but also like Neo Tokyo and flying cars and like machine guns and things. Uh-huh. So it's tonally, it's all over the place because it still has castle stuff. It still has like Alucard. It still has like vampires and bits and pieces, but it also has like mechs and stuff, and it's just a total mess. And like I really enjoy playing through it. it is a little bit difficult, and the DLC is actually quite tricky in some ways. Like the game is not easy by any means, but I did have quite a good time playing through it despite its flaws.
Okay. Yes, and for the second half of the month in the 360 side, we have Sonic Generations. Which,
good game.
Is it a good game? I'm thinking of the
so.
werewolf one.
You're thinking of Unleashed, which is half of a good game.
The bit where
Generation
you're not the werewolf.
Exactly. All the bits where you play as Sonic rather than Sonic's hairier brother. I would say Generations is probably one of the better games they made of recent years. Basically because it's essentially like, hey, let's just play through those old games that you enjoyed and just do like a 2D Sonic version of it and then a 3D Sonic version of it. So you get to play like... It's basically like a best-of collection of all those games. And it has like some really, really good levels in it.
Yeah. And from the second half of March through till the first half of April, we have Shantae Half Genie Hero, which is a really good platforming game. There are speedrun...
Yeah, there's some difficulty achievements in there as well. It's definitely not an easy completion.
There's a 100% achievement, a speed run, and I think a speed run with a 100% off the top of my head. I don't think it's... Yeah, so 100% completion, doing it quickly, and then you have slightly more time. So your any percent time is 3 hours for the speed run. Your 100% time for the speed run is 4 hours. So if you get it 100% under 3 hours, you'll get all 3 achievements. But obviously that's... I think it's a reasonably lenient time, that 3 hour window, but even still 4 hours is pretty good after that. But pretty good platforming game. I think there's a new one that might be coming out somewhat recently, potentially, off the top of my head. We do have some games leaving Game Pass though this month. I don't know if they have dates or if they're just in the leaving soon section. No dates.
Just leaving soon. Yeah.
So we can assume at minimum 2 weeks, probably middle of the month. Yeah. At most, you got to the end of the month. Those titles are, for the console, we have Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which is the sequel Deus Ex. We have Shenmue 1 and 2, leaving both console and PC. We have Licked Spear Double Spear Edition, leaving console and PC. And Thimbleweed Park, leaving console and PC. So Shenmue 1 and 2 has a stack on the PC. So that's 2 separate lists going down. Everything else is either shared list or play anywhere. Deus Ex is only console Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I 2 weeks is probably enough time to start and finish Mankind Divided, if that's your thing.
Yeah, you would need to
push
put
it,
some real hustle into it, but you could definitely do it, especially with the breach glitch.
Yeah,
because if you wanted to, you need to do the DLC as well.
It was Games of Gold though, wasn't it?
No, you're thinking of the other one.
Sorry.
Human Revolution was Games with Gold, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lick Spear is, again, probably doable in 2 weeks, but it is very, very difficult.
You got to be good at it, yeah.
I was going to say
skill-based.
Shenmue 1 and 2 is just a time sink. So I think the individual games take about 15 to 20 hours, probably a bit shorter with the walkthroughs. So you're looking at maybe 40 hours or so to do both stacks.
Yeah,
and,
the Windows 10 version has a combined list though, so you got to be a little bit careful there.
Yeah, and Thimbleweed Park is a 8 to 10 hour completion. It said it needs 2 playthroughs because you need to do a easy and hard mode playthrough, though very little differs between the two. There is walkthroughs for pretty much everything except Licked Spear, so still pretty good. You got at least 2 weeks to get them done. I think I will be working on Shenmue for the PC, because I think the others that I want, at least, I have purchased, unfortunately, because I'm dumb and I do that. Speaking of things I've probably purchased, sales this week. We have in our Gamerscore Games category, Adam's Venture Origins, 90% off, $2.99. You will probably buy this. I'd play this in ChinDocta mode. I would mute this as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because the voice acting's awful.
I mean, most of the game is awful, to be honest, but at least it's easy.
Yeah. And is there a walkthrough? There wasn't when I did.
Yeah, I think there is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is now.
Agent A, A Puzzle in Disguise, 50% off, $7.49. Bear With Me, The Complete Collection, 50% off, $7.49.
Huh.
Really annoyed that the DLC alone is not on sale.
Yep, which I've already bought.
Did you? Oh,
Of course I did.
I might buy this because I still
apparently
think
you say if you buy the complete edition, you save like $2.50 if you already own it anyway. So
okay,
I mean it is very cheap.
Yeah, so it's still a little annoying though. Gnome's Garden 50% off, $2.49. Gnome's Garden 3 also 50% off, $2.49. Hello Neighbor 75% off, $7.49. Irony Curtain from Matryoshka with Love 50% off, $9.99. Stellatum 30% off, $10.49. Really boring, really easy. Tyler Model 005 80% off, $1.99. We Are the Dwarves 75% off, $3.74. And Zenith 65% off, $6.99. So there's a reasonable sale this week. What are you recommending, Matt?
I'm going to say Guacamelee 2. I've talked about it a few weeks back. There's the complete edition is on sale for 75% off, $5.62. So that's the main game, comes with the extra character pack, and it also comes with the challenge map, or the sort of, it's like the thing is like 10 or 15 challenges or whatever that you need to get gold medals on. Those challenges are pretty hard, but the reward is well worth it. And you can always do the glitch to help you out playing through hard mode. So I think it's just a great game in general, so I would highly recommend it, especially if you enjoyed the first one.
Okay. Cameron?
I put down Rocket League because I thought you must have forgotten. I mean, 50% off for $9.95. Really, what's the right word? Really good game. I mean, if you like soccer, if you like playing soccer with cars, definitely pick it up.
And the achievements aren't too bad.
Achievements aren't too bad. Like, I mean, how much of a time sink is it?
Look, I think you could do it in a free-to-play weekend. So it's kind of skill dependent. There are some things you can do to make it easier, but also some of the indicators no longer appear. So, like, the achievement for getting the aerial goal is harder because I think the window, they made it smaller between your hit and when it goes in the goal, and also they've stopped indicating when you have hit the ball in the air for an aerial hit. So you kind of have to just guess, I guess, is where you're at. I think you could probably do it in 30 hours. I think is a reasonable. That's probably your average.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like one of the worst...
With all the DLC and everything, because they've done quite a few title updates as well.
One of the worst achievements would be, is it 500 goals? Shoot 500 goals? That would be a bit of a grind up.
Yeah, I think you can do that. I think you can do that in like a private match though.
You can. It's just like that constant time sink. Yeah. And the other game I recommended was Lords of the Fallen. It's a 35 to 40 hour completion, but 85% off, $2.99. If you want that kind of Dark Soul light experience, I picked it up when it was Games of Gold. I found it enjoyable for what I played of it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
The complete edition is on sale as well.
Yeah, so
how
get
much
that.
is complete?
So that's the DLC.
That's
DLC, the Labyrinth DLC in it.
And I can't find it. But I presume it's 80% off. The DLC alone is $2.89, so I think the bundle is probably going to be like $4 maybe, $4.50.
Definitely worth it, then.
There we go. Digital Complete Edition. Yep, 85% off, $4.50.
Yep.
So just get that one.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into that kind of game.
Yes, and I scrolled through this list trying to find something that wasn't Gnome's Garden that I was going to recommend. I ended up on Stellatum. It's a shoot 'em up game. It's not very brain intensive. You just kind of play it on easy because it doesn't matter, and just eventually you get to the end and have earned all the Gamerscore. It's something nice to put on a podcast to, or to just, if you don't want to think and just like play a game and just whatever, just turn off your brain for a bit. It's a good game for that. I purchased already Irony Curtain, because it's an Artifacts Monday game that I don't own. I also spent a bunch of money on that. I wasted a bunch of money and got the rest of the Artifacts Monday games that I don't have in my collection yet, so that was a chunk of change.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it was, I think, 4 or 5 games at $19 a pop.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Obviously Matt's not going to buy anything. Cameron, are you interested in anything in the sale?
No, I've got a whole bunch of stuff I bought last week that's still gotta start on.
Yeah, so?
I mean, the only thing that I might buy a Tyler Model 005.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. If you have any trouble, then let me know, because it is a bit weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cheap enough.
Yes, and at this stage, we don't have anything good coming out this week. I will mention, though, next week, Wednesday the 11th of March, is the release of Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Perfect for my birthday.
I've got it pre-downloaded through Game Pass. I've got my collector's edition physical pre-ordered through EB Games. Sorry, I had to drop him a little bit there.
So next week we're just going to hear you speak about this game, like your hype.
No, because it won't be out yet, because we record on Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's what I said. Next week we'll just be talking about your hype for the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've literally avoided everything. Any article, really. I think I've put those words on mute. Like every name and every word in the title, except for "and."
Just curious. So we're talking about Ori and the Wilk of the Whispers, as it says here in the notes.
I definitely got bored halfway through. I was like, man, I cannot see this properly. That's good enough. Yes, Ori and the Wilk. Did I write Wilk? Really?
Yep. The Wilk of the Whispazad.
Wispsazed.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Yep.
I knew I'd stuffed up with 2 S's in Wisp, so I just gave up and just added dumb stuff at the
Got
end.
it.
Didn't realise I wrote Wilk.
Yep.
Those dental wipes get you high, do they?
The what? Sorry?
Your dental wipes.
Alcohol wipes.
Outside.
Okay.
Outside.
Yeah, alcohol wipes. You're fine.
Yeah, cool.
I heard dental wipes. And I was like,
Dental.
I know he means the headphone thing, but why dental? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with alcohol wipes?
All right, now.
So I know you.
Before we start getting into drinking vanilla essence and all that sort of stuff, what else have we got?
Soy sauce, buddy. That's what they've moved on to now.
Soy sauce.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are certain.
Geez, soy sauce. Ugh.
There are certain shops that can't stock soy sauce because they don't have a liquor license up here.
Oh boy! All right, so community questions. Trimmy, friend of the show,
Trimmy.
new
Brother of
Patreon,
Cameron.
has Mr. Hedges himself has written in a question: are there any games without achievements that pull you away from the hunt? Mine's Pokemon. I've been stuck in that thing for hours.
Hours. I wish I was only stuck in Pokemon for hours. No, mine's obvious. Mine is Rocket League.
Yeah.
I have so much of a problem that I bought it on Steam.
Wow, that is a problem.
Yep, so I now play it on my computer.
Especially considering that they're owned by Epic and that they're not doing any more updates for the Steam version.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need updates. Steam take me back to base when it was awful. I don't even care.
Yep.
Yep, I've literally zero problems with that. I'll buy it again on Epic probably. Unfortunately.
What about Rum?
Epic will give it away free for one of their months of the year.
Yeah, probably.
That and I haven't for a while, but I have started to go back to Realm Royale.
Didn't you?
Oh boy.
Did you help somebody boost the other day?
No, I haven't yet. I will offer my services. I'm more than happy anytime. Within
Actually,
reason,
I think it was Trimmy that said he
Trimmy
was
wanted
boosting
it.
for the. Yeah.
I think Trimmy just went into an Australian server and beat up some bots.
Yep.
Because
I might. I mean, if you go back to it, I might jump on it because the achievements do look pretty reasonable.
They're pretty easy.
The only annoying one is the one for 4 players.
Yeah.
Right.
But even that's not too bad.
Adrian will do it with you too.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, just those 2 games primarily. I can't think. I mean, I'll occasionally play my Switch now, but it's not. It's usually when I don't have access to my Xbox, like if I'm out somewhere, rather than in lieu of, or at the end of the day when I'm done playing Xbox, I'll play my Switch. It's never usually picking the Switch over the Xbox. It's I'm done, I'm winding down or whatever. I just want to chill in the bed and play something. Cameron, you'll keep playing Age of Empires 2, won't you?
I mean, I doubt it. As soon as I get to the completion, I'll probably move on. The only time... How's best to describe this? So the only time I will focus on something other than achievements now is if it's in preparation for a title update, or if it's basically because somebody's being cocky and just going, well, no, I'm going to beat you on this, and I just go, well, no, it's not the case. And then you get an angry girlfriend because she didn't listen the first time.
Look, Mario Kart's a dangerous game, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
My
just
girlfriend
like...
button mashes better than me in fighting games.
She's
just a better button masher.
But
I get my ass kicked.
I'll keep this to a minimum, but like whenever she says to me that she will beat me up in every fighting game and then you win 15 matches in a row, you're the bad guy.
That's not conducive to a happy relationship.
Yeah, no. But got to prove him
right.
right.
I lose. I will almost always lose in fighting games.
No.
Well, I mean, we already established at the beginning of the show you're a scrub, so that makes sense.
I did beat her up in Overcooked. Oh, sorry, Overcooked. Never mind.
Overcooked. Okay, that makes sense.
Because of Overcooked, yes.
Right, okay, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Than your original statement.
Yes.
Matt, what about you?
Because there's no multiplayer in it.
So, with Alison going through Mass Effect and taking the TV, which I'm totally fine with.
Except she's being inefficient.
I mean, she's being a little inefficient, but that's her
Blink
game.
once for yes, twice for no.
Yeah, she's checking out all the planets. So,
Do you wish she would stop swapping her companions around?
Yeah, it would be good if you stuck with one set of companions, but hey, that's fine. You have the good story experience. I did get her to fly to the Sol system and shoot a probe at Uranus, so I think that's a success.
Which the game does.
No, there isn't, but the game does comment on it at least. So,
there should be. That's exactly it.
It's funny because there's literally no reason to mine there because the planet is listed as depleted, so it basically has no resources.
Yeah.
So you basically just do it for the joke.
Okay.
You basically just do it to get the AI to say probing Uranus.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so I've been trying to find other things to play. So I've been doing some Windows Phone games, but realistically, outside of gaming, in terms of gaming, nothing drags me away from achievements for very long. I do occasionally play a couple of Nintendo titles here and there, but it's the same thing where it's like it has to be a pretty short, relatively interesting, relatively
unique,
unique or low effort sort of thing to drag me away from it. So I do occasionally play a couple of visual novels or whatever, on the PC. Just because it's I have a computer in front of me, it's basically just like reading a book, basically.
Yeah.
Either that or I've been catching up on a lot of TV shows, I blitzed through Legion season 3, and we did Altered Carbon season 2 this weekend that just dropped, that sort of stuff, and I still got to catch up on The Witcher and all that sort of thing. So it's I've been using that time to catch up on anime and TV shows, and that's more what drags me away from gaming. As I've been pulling back a little bit since I hit 1.3. I've been slowing down a bit and just kind of cleaning things up as I don't buy more games to add to my collection. I don't feel the need to be on top of it as much. Play everything all the time every week because I need to beat more games than I buy, because now that I'm not buying any more games, it takes the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's things usually outside of video games, but sometimes tangentially related to them. I probably should go to the gym or something, but that's probably a step too far. Let's not get crazy here.
Yeah, I need to check if I can go back because of my pop a blood vessel or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
No.
I do soccer once a week. That's enough for me.
All right. Thanks for the question, Trimmy.
Thanks for the question, Trimmy.
Yeah.
Brother of Cameron.
You're not related to me. Definitely not a second account of mine. What are you talking about?
No, he's funny.
I mean, look. Yeah, he's funny, and he's in the Patreon. So even if it was a second account, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, you can make all the accounts you want. Milestones for this past week. The Natolinator has reached 300,000 True Achievement score. Slightly outdone by myself reaching 1.4 million TA score. I'm really annoyed because I think this was done on inflation. So I didn't have an achievement that got me there. I think just things inflated. Yeah. Because I know I didn't get the milestone after I completed whatever game I'd done just before the milestone. Right. Because I was like, I'm nearly there. I might play something later and get over the line. And then I did play stuff the next day, and I was like, I didn't get my milestone notification. And then looked, and went, it already happened. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure inflation took me over the line, which is annoying, but whatever. It's TA score, don't really care. Carpe Adam 79 has reached 400 games played. Space is the Grave is currently on a 39-day achievement win streak, which is a new personal best. Good job, buddy.
Woo!
What the Fog has reached a new milestone of 700,000 TA score. He's half the man I am. Kingsman 2625 has reached a new milestone of 1.9 TA ratio. Now,
which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. My only problem is I don't know where that is now. Like, is 1.9 the new 1.7, or is it I don't know how much.
I say pretty much everything went up by 0.1. So I was sitting at 0.17, now I'm sitting at 0.18.
Okay.
So that's 1.8 rather. So I think that's
still 1.8
pretty much
impressive.
It's okay for the amount of trash that I play, but I think that
I wasn't talking about you. But I meant him. On
1.9 for him. Yeah, is
1.8. Yeah,
super impressive.
I wonder how the site average. Well, the site average wouldn't have moved. I don't know. Where is that? Here's my ratio. Wow, I am. What a number. Where do I see the site? Where's that thing gone?
It's in stats. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, I clicked on the ratio and that got me the.
Yeah, so the site average is 1.57.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So that didn't move much at all then.
No, not really. I mean, it actually went down a little bit. It looks like. I mean, which makes sense because I think it was sitting at about 1.6.
Yeah,
so I'm sitting at 1.8, and my friends are sitting at 1.81. So
yeah, my friends average of 1.71, and I am at 1.60006.
Wow.
Yay, I'm average.
I'm smack bang on 1.6, which is crazy. Alright. Anyway, moving on from my crap. Thrash Thrower has played 1,600 games. Tropan has reached 800,000 TA score. And J Black has won 12,000 achievements. So, good job, everyone. So, some good milestones we've got there. I don't know why I closed out of the Trello completely. That was done. I'm just going to have to wait for it to load back up.
All right. So if you want to contact us, we've come to the end of the show. Make sure you email at us at hello@realgamerscore if you have any community questions. We always appreciate that. It gives us a good chance to gas bag, especially when it's a light news week or apparently a light news apocalypse in the case that we're in at the moment. You can also get in contact with us at Twitter at realgamerscore, which is manned by the one, the only ShadowlessEdge,
brother of Trimmy.
Yes. He has all the good memes and mostly the bad ones too. Yep. You can also talk to us, as we mentioned, on Discord, discord.io/realgamerscore. And if for some reason you want to give us money, I mean, look, you can tell that we definitely need it. I don't know if it'll improve the show, but we definitely need it. Patreon.com. Yeah, exactly. Be like Trimmy. And get all the great outtakes that Chin definitely remembers to put up. Patreon.com/realgamerscore. So yeah, make sure you write in questions to the show. We could, if you hit us up just about anywhere, we'll find them. But the easiest way is to email them through. and we'll answer them on the next episode. And if you're interested in being on the show, make sure you contact Chen, because he'll probably get back to you. If you contact me, I'll probably just ignore you.
And Alex is AFK.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just Chen. And then make sure you send us a sample of your audio and that sort of stuff so we can get an idea of what your equipment sounds like. To make sure there aren't any beeping in the background like certain members who I won't name.
Brother of Trimmy.
Yeah.
I apologize.
If you want to help the podcast, make sure
talking about you.
No, I was someone totally different.
Okay, cool.
If you want to help the podcast, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes or other podcast platforms that you listen to us on: Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Smoke Signals, RSS feeds, whatever ancient wizard technology you use to listen to this magical show. Leave a review, give us a thumbs up, 5 stars, usual business. Tell your friends, retweet all our stuff, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you give us some money on Patreon. All the things that help us keep this show running. We do really, really enjoy doing it. We do it mostly for fun, but also, for that fat clout.
Aggregate has dropped to free, yeah. Chin? We got it down to free yet?
You said a lot of words, and I literally understood none of them.
Yeah, so I got yet another email for one more chance to upgrade and save for our review.
Actually.
Yeah, it's like we've been joking about it like for 3 episodes now. It just does not stop. This guy clearly was like, this is a great idea for a business model, and then no one was like, nah, we're good,
Yeah.
we'll find something else.
I need to feed my kids. Yeah. Nah, buddy.
Yeah, so the money that you would have spent on your own podcast, because everyone has a podcast these days, on your review aggregator, you can now just spend on our Patreon.
So, hold up. Over the past month, I've sent you several emails to let you know your account on my podcast reviews would be retired, and also to tell you about the great benefits of upgrading. Well, the deadline came last Saturday, and your account has now been deactivated. But I wanted to give you one last chance to grab the exclusive discounted plan. This has all the same features, including our new features.
For the price of free, yeah?
No, it's the price of something. Now, God, I got so many emails recently. We did get a review.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we got a 5-star review, as expected.
Oh.
Yeah,
nothing less. Yes. It is from Sandwedge889. So thank you, whoever you are.
Sandwedge.
3 cool guys with funny accents talk Xbox achievements. I think you're the one with the accent, but we'll address that later.
That's fine. We'll that's fine. I mean, look, it was 5 stars. He can say whatever he wants. No one reads the actual reviews.
Look, he got everything right except for the funny bit.
These guys have some really good insight. Shut up. These guys have some really good insight on Xbox games and specifically achievements. They also are very entertaining at the same time. The people on show switch up from time to time. Oh, you have not listened recently, have you? But even those who fill in are top notch. Don't let the funny accents fool you. They do speak English kinda sorta well. You also haven't listened to many of the recent episodes then. I feel like this is maybe a review from last year that they've held from us.
They're probably just catching up, like every person on our Discord is like, hey, I'm like a month behind. What are you guys doing? As soon as you hear this episode, this is the first thing you should be doing.
Is this the song of the week this week?
Yeah.
That was Trimmy who sent me one. I'm like, I don't know how to say this to you, but that was last month. It was last week he sent me one from the last episode of January. I'm like, that prize has been drawn, buddy. He's like,
yeah, well,
my because the podcast app sometimes says, have you listened to this one recently? And it gives you an old episode.
Right.
So he thought it was a new one. And it's annoying that it does it sometimes, but good for you. I mean, you got it right. Gold. Months later. Yes. If you wanted to contact me, and I don't know why I'm going first, but why not? You can find me on Twitter, Mixer, Xbox Live, Discord, or True Achievements, all under the gamer tag ChinDocta. That's ChinDocta. Cameron, what about you?
If you want to follow me, I run the Real Gamerscore podcast on Twitter. Got a almost just screwed that up completely.
Glad you specified Twitter, because you do not run this show.
Into the ground, maybe.
Into the ground, definitely. Feel free to post your community questions. If you want to send me a funny meme, I will most likely post it, because I don't have any funny ones myself.
And claim it. Anything you say to us is our property.
Yeah, borrowed content, exactly. I also admin, along with Rampant Meerkat, the Xbox Achievement community on Facebook. Feel free to drop a request there. I'll feel free to add you to our group. Probably about 150 people now. Basically, just treat it for looking for group posts, and just mention whatever you're working on. And then if you want to follow me on anything else, I'll stream on Mixer. I'll be on TA, and I will be on Xbox under the gamer tag ShadowlessEdge.
Matt.
If you're looking for me, you probably won't find me. I'm kind of a big deal. I've got shadow accounts for that stuff. Like I have, people. I have people for that.
It's just Allison playing Mass Effect.
It is pretty much seriously. If you see me online playing Mass Effect, it's not me. Allison has to use my account to get the profile because it's on it. Anyway, so essentially, I basically don't get any time to play video games anymore. But when I do, you can find me on Neomaster, on True Achievements, on the Xbox, on Twitter, technically Neomaster 2005 on there. Hit me up. I'm going to use this as my soapbox to say that I'm trying to get people together to boost Battlefield back up in 2. I need to get those achievements done because I'm very worried about EA at this point with pulling the plug on some things. Also, I'm looking to get Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 done for the 360. I'm doing a big 360 cleanup. So if you're one of those guys who has those games like Binary Domain or Syndicate or one of those games that just you've had sitting there for ages, you're like, I should probably do the online for that. Hit me up, because chances are I probably need to do it as well.
All right, and on that note, if you have WWE 2K19 servers close in May, I need like 40 more online wins. I'm more than happy to trade wins if you haven't started yet. I'm supposed to do it with Big L, but we never organise times because we're both lazy. He might hear this.
I don't know.
But I'm definitely.
That's fine. Big L's not going to list all the way to the end of this show.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be needing to, because he got it done. Because funny enough, he's in a US time zone where more people live, especially his game share partners and stuff. Crazy. Yes, I need to get those done. So if you want to do that with me, I'd be more than happy to. If you want to just let me beat you 40 times, that works too. But I think it's probably like 8 hours. I want to say it's like 4 hours of boosting, just because of match-up times and stuff like that. But hit me up. We'll get down and oily, and then we'll play the game. That was episode 81. Hope you enjoy. You'll be joining us next week for our special edition of episode 82. I'm not going to tell you what's special about it, but you'll find out when you listen. Thanks for myself and all the guys here for listening, and see you next week. Bye, guys.
Peace out. But I'm diggity.
Bye.